I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But it's yeah. Then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there, receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. But and I made mistakes, and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love, and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried, and what I said was true, and I really wanted to recognize my family. I wanted to recognize my dad. I mean, my dad was the type of person that if you met him for 5 minutes, you felt like you knew him for 50 years. You know? I can't talk about him without getting emotional. Oh, loved it, loved it. It's so beautiful. And having Michelle, Camille Coton was also amazing. And it was just a brilliant evening, really brilliant evening. Oh my gosh. Benjamin Laverne was off the hook. I mean, I can't believe he committed to doing all that. I was really, is this about someone else? My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hell no! I know that ain't Jim Carrey. I know that is not Ace Ventura right there. You're not gonna tell me, please don't tell me, they done cloned my boy. They done cloned Jim Carrey. Now, folks, you guys know how I feel about these Hollywood celebrities. I really strongly dislike most of them. But there's a couple out there that I still appreciate. I like Ace Ventura. I like Jim Carrey. I like people like Adam Sandler still. And when it comes to Jim, man, he's tried to warn us about the Illuminati before. And you can tell that Jim Carrey, listen, he's a funny guy. He's always been a really funny guy. He's extremely talented. But you can tell that he's been battling with some dark things. You can tell that he's been battling with the dark side of Hollywood for a long time now. And when I saw this, when I saw everyone, because I don't know if you guys were on social media yesterday, but this is like the biggest thing on social media right now. Everyone is saying that Jim Carrey has been cloned. And I mean, when you look at that video I just showed you guys, he definitely looks different. He looks a lot different from the last time I've seen him. And everyone is like, the internet is going absolutely wild with theories right now. Everyone is saying that Jim Carrey has been replaced. Now, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble. And I know that a lot of you clicked on this video thinking that I was going to agree that Jim Carrey has been cloned. Because let's be real, I'm a conspiracy guy. I get it. I do believe that sometimes people maybe are replaced. Clones, I mean, I'm not opposed to the possibility of clones existing and things like that. But I don't know what happened over the last few years. Something has happened, and I have really started to notice it, especially over the last 6 months. You see, us conspiracy folks, we used to be people who were extremely open-minded. And it took a certain level of intelligence to even be a conspiracy person. Because to be a conspiracy person, you have to dig deeper than whatever, the story is that we're given, right? You have to dig deeper than the surface. Not saying that every conspiracy is true, not saying that every conspiracy theorist is smart, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying here. Usually, when you would have conversations with the conspiracy type, they were actually more informed about things going on in the world than regular normies. That's what we would call them. We would call them normies. Over the last few years, Ever since all of the conspiracies started coming true, another dollar in the conspiracy theorists were right jar. You know what I mean? Over the last couple of years, once, all of us conspiracy theorists were vindicated, we were up, we were winning. The conspiracy theorists were right again. But all of a sudden, over the last couple of years, and especially over the last 6 months, I've seen how it feels like the conspiracy community has been infiltrated by normies that know nothing, that make a conspiracy out of everything. And I'm kind of wondering if they do this to muddy the waters, to make us look stupid, to make conspiracy theorists look crazy, because we were winning. After COVID, man, you couldn't tell the conspiracy theorists anything. And then they came out and said UFOs are real and all of this stuff. And for a while there, it was like, damn, the conspiracy theorists weren't crazy after all. The conspiracy theorists had it right all along. They were the smart ones. But now, I feel like the zone is being flooded. And this is a tactic that is used by the powers that be in the information and propaganda wars. It's called flooding the zone. Right now, they are flooding the zone with every conspiracy you can think of. And they want you to pick up on it because they want to use it to discredit you. So when I saw this conspiracy spreading about Jim Carrey, yeah, I can acknowledge the guy looks different. But, we don't have to automatically hop into the most extreme explanation, especially when we're dealing with someone in Hollywood, and we know how these things go in Hollywood. We know people get Botox. We know people get plastic surgery. We know people get facelifts. And while I'm looking at Jim Carrey and damn, he looks different, he still looks like Jim Carrey with a bad face job, with too much Botox, who had his eyebrows raised. Or look, I don't know the terms and how these procedures work, but he just looks like Jim Carrey that got, some work done on his face. He looks like, Mickey Rourke, honestly. He looks almost exactly like a slightly younger Mickey Rourke. So what I'm saying here is, I don't think we always have to hop in to the most extreme conspiracy, especially when dealing something like this, like people in Hollywood, an actor or an actress getting older and getting some face work done. It's not necessarily anything new. And if we're going to make this conspiracy, how come, where's the conspiracies with the Kardashians? They look literally like a different person every time I see them. They get a new face. Kim Kardashian's mom looks younger than her now. I think that people should be able to wrap their minds around plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, whatever you want to call it. But for some reason, us conspiracy theorists, after being proven right and right again, it feels like they're trying to drag us down this path of stupid conspiracies that lead nowhere, that have no truth to them, to discredit us because everything we warned people about in the past actually came true. And people were starting to pick up on that. And I think that they saw that and they realized that the only way to really stop us, the only way to really discredit the people who were out there actually speaking the truth, the conspiracy theorists, was to introduce a bunch of conspiracies that many people will pick up on and spread. And it makes everyone look ridiculous. So now if you warn people about the next COVID, they'll be like, hey, but weren't you the guy that said Jim Carrey is a clone? You guys get what I'm saying here? Are you following me? I know I'm kind of, going off here, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And look, folks, I don't want to be a party pooper here. I get that this is fun and entertaining, speculating over whether or not Jim Carrey is a clone, or if he's been replaced, is it a body double wearing a mask? I get it. It's entertaining. It's funny. But we are headed into some very, very serious times. And I don't think that we should be playing games like this with where we're headed right now. I think that everyone who dedicates themselves to trying to actually uncover real conspiracies and real truths, I think they need to be very careful right now not to discredit themselves, not to get caught up in any, nonsense like Jim Carrey's a clone. I don't think you want to get caught up in that nonsense right now, because we're going to need a lot of these voices headed here into the future. We're going to need these voices who actually care about uncovering real conspiracies and the real truth that is behind the scenes, that is hidden. And we don't need those voices and those people to be discredited by stuff like Jim Carrey's a clone. We don't want someone to come out and reveal some real crazy conspiracy, and then people go, look, wait, 6 months ago you told everyone Jim Carrey's a clone. This is all fake. And then people just not care. Oh, you're the boy who cried wolf. You're the person who comes up with all the crazy stuff. So I know it will get clicks. I know it's fun and it's interesting. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that this is a real conspiracy. And I do think that the reason why we're seeing this uptick of every single thing is a conspiracy now, like, oh my God, we just don't grasp the concept of people getting work done on themselves in Hollywood anymore. Like, every single thing has to be a conspiracy. I don't think that's happening naturally. I kind of think it's all by design, and I think it's to discredit people, like I've been saying, who are actually uncovering real truths. Maybe one day we're going to need to talk about someone who was actually replaced or cloned. And I don't think that person's going to be Jim Carrey. Also, if you even think about it, let's just say, okay, they did want to clone Jim Carrey. Why? Jim Carrey's not prominent in Hollywood anymore. Jim Carrey has separated himself from Hollywood. He doesn't want much to do with Hollywood at all. Like I've been telling you, he's been battling dark stuff in Hollywood for a long time. And the only reason why he's been acting lately is because he's been doing the Sonic movies, because he wanted to do them for his kids and other kids. So he's kind of removed himself from the dark Hollywood cabal for the most part, it seems. But look, I'm not here to try to change your mind. If you want to believe Jim Carrey is a clone, you can believe whatever you want. All I want you guys to do is to be careful out there and understand that there is an information war, and they will use tactics like this one to just muddy the waters and to flood the zone with as much stuff as possible. So when people see things, no one knows what to believe anymore. And that's kind of where we're at right now. No one knows what to believe anymore. People distrust that they have so little trust in the establishment and the government and the powers that be. People are so used to being lied to that you could see Jim Carrey looking a little bit differently, and immediately you jump into, damn, they done replaced him, he's a clone, they did. You immediately jump to the worst case scenario simply because you just don't trust the people running the world anymore. And I get it. I totally get it. But let's be careful not to fall into their little games and their little tricks. But with that being said, you guys let me know. Do you think he's a clone? Do you think I'm making sense here? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon at the next one.